Hello everyone, welcome to our last webinar for our Atlas Open Call. So we already had 3 webinars in July, and that's the last one when we are going to talk about the project in general and the open call in particular. Thank you for your interest and for your active participation. I know that many of you participated in all our webinars in the entire series. Thank you for that. We appreciate your attention. So today, you know me already, and you know Stefan Rilling. For the new people for join, I'm a coordinator of the open call. I work for a German company, AZO, which is a partner in the Atlas consortium as well. And Stefan Rilling, the coordinator of our whole project. He works also for a German institution from Hofer Institute for Intelligent Analysis and Information Systems, based almost in Bonn. As usual, Ioana Antonopoulou with us, who is responsible for communication within our project, and will be helping with technical stuff today as well in the background, in the back office as usual. So, and today I'm glad to introduce to you another partner in our consortium, a company called AgroApps, and CEO of the company, Gregory Miktakos, and technical director, I think, Stelios, you are, if I'm not wrong, yes, Stelios Katsopoulos, and also Nikos, I don't remember your last name, sorry. So that's the whole team of AgroApps today, ready to answer all your technical questions. Right, and as usual, we are happy to see your questions, and we will cover some of the questions that left unanswered from the last webinar and that we received meantime or via email. So we will be happy to see your questions written today as well. So just a quick note that you will see 2 handouts today. You can download them, and we will send them also as in a follow-up email afterwards. And as usual, the webinar is recorded, so the recording will be available on the web page. You will receive the link as well. So then, Stefan, it's to you, and I will make you presenter now, and you can start.
Thank you very much, Tamara. Also from my side, hello to everyone. Thanks for your interest in our project and our open calls. So I think you can now see my screen.
Yes, we do.
Perfect. Then I will do a quick introduction of our project, of today's open call topics. We are presenting a little bit more in detail, and some information about Atlas test sites. So what is Atlas? Atlas is a Horizon 2020 research project. We have started last October. Project will run for 3 years, and it's a quite large project with an overall budget of almost 13 million euros. Given that, we also have a quite large consortium. We have more than 30 partners from 8 different European countries. We have universities and research institutions as part of the consortium. We have a heavy industry involvement. We have almost all the well-known machinery manufacturers on board. We have also a very heavy SME involvement in the consortium. Several innovative companies also from all over Europe dealing with very different things in digital agriculture. And we have real farmers. We have commercial farms as part of the consortium, and large agricultural cooperatives, such as the German DLG, for example. So what we are called in the EU terms is a large-scale pilot, and we are one of the currently 3 running large-scale pilots in the agri-food domain. All projects funded by the European Union under H2020, and Demeter and which is our sister project, and Atlas are the 2 recent ones funded from the same call, and the also probably well-known IOF 2020 project can be seen as the predecessor of Atlas. They are also still running. And with all these projects, but especially for Demeter and Atlas, the key topic is interoperability. I will come in a few minutes what we mean with this. So today I will present you selected topics. In contrast to what you see here on the slides, it's not topic 1, 2, and 3. Sorry for this, but it's the rest of our 4 topics. I will go briefly over them, and you will see what is meant here. So the first topic I'm going to talk about today or now is related to livestock farming, and it's about an efficient and transparent nutrient cycle reporting. This relates to EU policies, which are quite relatively new, but which have to be implemented in all European countries. And it's about documenting the amount of nutrients you bring out on the field, especially when it comes to organic fertilizers, which means usually you take a slurry from your livestock farming operations on the field, and you need to report and document in detail how much N, P, and K you bring on the field. So everything which leaves your farm. In the case of livestock farming, it is meat and slurry has to be documented, and everything which enters the farm, every nutrient which enters the farm, which is usually the food you provide for your animals, has to be documented, and you have to make a balance out of this. And this is a emerging topic for all farmers dealing with livestock farming, and there is a large need of digital solutions to support that nutrient cycle reporting, and we are looking for solutions which do exactly this. For example, to connect farmers digitally to their suppliers and recipients, or to administrative bodies and subsidy systems in order to ease the documentation process of this. We need systems which can keep track of all in and outgoing nutrients, and make the data easily accessible and understandable to the farmer. And we also need systems which are capable to assist farmers in measuring the number of nutrients in their produce and manure. And for example, with using sensors, near-infrared spectroscopy could be a sensor which does this. Weighting systems can also be thought of to solve that problem. In the end, we need something which makes the farmer's life easier when doing these nutrient cycle balances. What we can provide is contact with the farmers in the Atlas consortium. So you will be able to test your solution, and you will be able to receive feedback from the real experts who need that solution. And of course, we can through the Atlas network, we can provide access to existing data sources and farm management systems. So the next topic is closely related to this, but it's more on the feeding side here. It's the behavioral analysis and management of livestock, and this is also one part of the research work done in Atlas. And our focus here is to develop intelligent systems for real-time video analysis of livestock. So in Atlas, we have a clear focus on video data analysis, as it is really a minimal invasive form of acquiring data from animals compared to attaching sensors to individual animals. And what we are thinking about is our projects which use video data to analyze behavior of livestock, to detect behavioral anomalies, and to provide early warning systems for animal diseases or dangerous and harmful behavior of animals. Usually you have that in large operations. You have levels of aggression between the animals. You have biting. You have all these kind of things which you could implement countermeasures for, but you need to know what's going on in your barn, and you need a early warning system which shows you this as a farmer. And also what we could think of is all topics related to growth estimation, to weight estimation, and to growth prediction of animals. All these solutions are also very welcome. What we can provide here is access to video data, to camera streams from the operations of our consortium farmers. It's not completely clear for now or sure, but we could also adapt 3D camera systems, for example, an IntelRealSense or these kind of sensors could also be used in a barn. So you have would be able to process also 3D data from the barns, depending on the need. This could be possible, of course. And what we can also provide is access to the pilot test sites in order to test your solution, to demonstrate your solution, and to cooperate closely with the farmers. So the next topic is a little bit not the real farming technical solution, but it's given to the fact that a lot of farmers are quite small and do not have a complete understanding of the whole digital technology of precision farming and all these things related to modern digital farming. What would also be needed in the Atlas context are information platforms for farmers. And for example, we are looking for such platforms dealing with marketing strategies for existing precision farming equipment, with a clear focus on small agricultural business, so that these operations get informed about the possibilities of digital solutions, about also real parameters from farms, that they can estimate their return on investment, that they know what investments they could make, they should not make. All these kind of information should be somewhere collected, and so we are looking for such solutions. What we can provide here is contact with the market expert, with the target stakeholders here, because we have that large consortium with different stakeholders involved. We can provide experience report from early technology adapters in agriculture, so you could use also our farmers we have on board for this. And we can provide you access to demonstration technology and of course to data from farms given through the Atlas network. The next topic, sorry for that, should be topic 7, technology open topic. So what we are looking here is for topics which basically do not fit into the other topics presented. So these proposals may cover, but are not limited to, one of these technologies listed here. For example, 3D printing or in-field communication or blockchain technology or artificial intelligence. So I think now I mentioned all the buzzwords, but so I think you got the key message here. So if you have a great idea which is not covered by one of our topics or specific topics, you can just put it into that technology open topic number 7. And what we can provide here is the same thing we provide for all the other topics: data access, APIs, contact with the experts, with the end users, experience reports. All these things you can also get for the other topics. So I've talked a lot about Atlas network, about interoperability. Just a short explanation what it is. So we are building in Atlas the infrastructure for data exchange between very different assets involved in digital agriculture. And for us, interoperability means the ability to exchange data between sensors, between sensor platforms, between robots, between agricultural machines, and between data services. And what we have done for now is we have defined a interoperability reference architecture. We are still in a specification phase here, so that we hopefully can provide a complete API specification when your projects start. But we will for sure provide everything which you would need to implement your specific projects. And the principles we have in this architecture or the basic principles are no data silos and no central data hubs. So we are a real interoperability network where the data exchange is implemented through services, which are the dedicated connectors to do this. Currently, as I said, the architecture is quite on a high level design, in a high level design phase. You can also read our architectural documents on the website. And just to briefly explain it, we have 2 basic concepts foreseen in this architecture. One is the data platform-based data exchange, and the other one is onboard, on-site computing and processing capabilities. So we are also covering edge computing topics here. So for now, I will leave the architectural explanation as this, and briefly mention some of the questions we usually get from you, from people interested in the open calls. And maybe there is already some of your questions answered here. So one frequent question is, what is Atlas and what will Atlas deliver? As explained, we are developing an interoperability network to exchange data based on a service-oriented architecture. So we are no platform, we are no data space, we are no data hub. but all these entities can be connected to the Atlas network. So Atlas provides the basic infrastructure to do this. Then another very frequent question is who will be the owner of the developed application? So the short answer is you will be the owner. All IPR belongs to the applicants. You will be the sole owner of the project results, and you will retain the IPR. And you are also free to commercialize your application. So this is something we are looking for. We want to build up a sustainable business ecosystem around the infrastructure we are providing. Then one very frequent question is what should we deliver? We are looking for digital services connected to the Atlas network, which add value to the farmer's workflow. So, and these are the two basic constraints. The rest is up to you. So it needs to be something useful for a farmer, and it needs to work with the Atlas network. What will be provided from Atlas? We are frequently asked this question. So what I already said, we are working on an extensive specification of various service templates, of the service registry of all these components, and we will provide that detailed API specification once your projects start. Then what we are also very often asked is if an idea is a valid contribution to Atlas. And the simple answer is if it adds value to the farming workflow and it can be integrated into Atlas, it is valid. We have provided a list of topics, but we are not restricted to these. If you have different ideas, just use the technology open topic. Then some very specific questions we were asked is about what kind of satellite data will be available, which satellites, what would be the specifications, so very detailed. That was a question from the last webinar. So what we will provide is access to processed satellite data through our partners. We can provide support to get access to available data from ESA or NASA, and we will make that depending on the particular data you would need for your project. So if you're in need of particular data, and this holds not only true for satellites but for all data, write it down in the proposal so that we could see, okay, these people need this and this and this, and we could provide this in this and that way, so that we can have a chance to think about it before you start. Then another very specific question is if you have a sensor, would you recommend sharing the data with Atlas directly through the sensor? So that means that you would need some edge computing capabilities in the field, or sending your data to a cloud database, and then it will be collected from there and made available to the Atlas network. Answer here is both is possible and depends on the concrete scenario. There's no solution we can favor over another. If you want to implement a particular solution, please write it down in the proposal why you have chosen this approach and what is the other pros and cons. Then also one question we got frequently is how a service will be integrated into Atlas. Can we get data there, and do we stick to special data formats? Answer here is you can get access to data from other services through the Atlas network. This is part of the idea that you have a bunch of services available. You can look for the ones you need, for the ones that provide the data you need, and all Atlas data services will define an API for self-description. So you need to implement a service which is capable of describing what input data is needed and what output data will be delivered. And the only obligation you have for doing this is, or for making a project in the open calls, is your service needs to be accessible through the Atlas network, which means you need to implement a Atlas data service for your project. Then some more administrative questions. Can we include travel costs for performing in-field tests? Answer is yes. You should do that because you are expected to demonstrate your solution. The amount of costs you are claiming for this are up to you. All this can also be found on the website, in the application template, and in the information we provide. Then another question we got is the IPR of the proposal. If the proposal already contains some specific ideas you want to be protected, and we will ensure that this is the case. All evaluators, everyone which sees your proposal, will sign an NDA before giving access to your proposal. So your idea will be kept secret, of course. That can also be found in the FAQ section on our webpage. So these were the questions we got. Then I will shortly show you or present you what farms and test sites we have and where we have them. So we have in total, we have 13 agricultural operations available in the consortium in Italy, Romania, Latvia, Switzerland, and Germany. We have a good combination of research farms, commercial farms, and also combinations of these. And all these tasty things are planted here, and we have also access to livestock farming operations here with poultry, beef, pigs, and also mother cows. Here is an overview where all these test sites are located. And we also have defined a multitude of use cases within the project we want to build around the pilot studies. They can be categorized in these 4 categories here. Basic precision farming tasks. Irrigation is a quite huge topic. Soil management, soil state, soil readiness is a large topic group, and of course the livestock analysis I've already mentioned in the open call topics. So to summarize it, what we are doing in Atlas is we are dealing with interoperability. We are building a interoperability network to interconnect agricultural machine sensors, data services to make them to give them the ability to exchange data amongst each others. And if we are successful, what it will lead to a simplified digital agriculture and to new business models around digital agriculture. So that's it. And we are looking forward for your questions now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stefan. Thank you for the very comprehensive review, as always. We already have a few questions. The first one was about slides. Of course, we will share the slides with you in the follow-up, in my follow-up email. We have a very specific technical question, which is more suitable to agro apps, I would say. I will read the question now, and I will also forward it in writing to Gregory and team, so just not to confuse all the abbreviations. The question from Francois: I'm a FMIS software provider. What brings Atlas compared to direct connection to ag manufacturer platforms, GD, AGCO, and so on? Do you plan to define a data format standard? Gregory Stelius, do you hear us?
Yes, I will give a very, let's say, brief response to that. First and foremost, Atlas, as Stefan already presented minutes ago, is aspiring to give a common, let's say, standard and interoperability standard for all agricultural and machinery manufacturers, but also for all service, let's say, developers, companies, institutions, to build and enable the collaboration and the exchange of data between services and machinery. A large part of our Atlas interoperability aspiration also lies in the machine-to-machine communication, but also between service-to-machine communication. So the expectations, and having already IF in our consortium as was already presented, it means that the standard that Atlas will develop hopefully will be hugged, appreciated, and utilized it also from the machinery side, and it will be, let's say, a new added functionality for all current and future service developments, but also for communication of the services with the machinery. Within the open call, there is the possibility for any of the applicants to develop, as let's call it, machine agnostic services, since all the majority of the machinery industry is on top aboard the project. So you need to have in mind that we are not focusing, and we don't expect from applicants to have a specific machinery or manufacture service or capability. We expect from you value, focusing on a specific, let's say, disadvantage or problem in either the agricultural or livestock sector. So starting from the problem, you focus on your implementation, on the ideation of the solution that you're doing, and Atlas will provide the data sets that you may require for that, but also the interoperability standards so that you can later on deploy your service or your application to the field or to the livestock farm.
Thank you very much, Gregory. Stefan,
I can also add on this. Sorry, Tamara, for the interruption, and thanks, Gregory, for the very clear answer. What I would like to add here at this point, you might have seen in the consortium description that we have the AEF on board of Atlas, which are the guys responsible, for example, for the ISABUS standard. So the standardization of data exchange with machines, with accessing data from machines is one of their major field of interest, and this is why they are part of the consortium. So they are shaping our interoperability architecture we are designing together with the consortium, and the whole ag industry is behind the things we are doing when it comes to interoperability and to access data from machines. So it will be a much larger and a much more comprehensive system to access data than the things we have currently already available from the machinery manufacturers, because they have already they see the need for such an interface and to provide the possibilities for third parties to work with the data. So they have understood that this is necessary, and they are completely supporting this, and they will also work towards new standards for data exchange with machines.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Stefan. Gregory, you can turn on your camera, because we are going to answer questions, so you can be present as well. Francois, if we haven't answered your question, please feel free to get back to us and write the specifications, and we will definitely add to our answer. So the next question from Elisa is, thank you for the interesting webinar. My question is, can the application of manure treatment systems, purification techniques, with the application of new technologies and sensors be considered inherent for the topic 4? Manure treatment systems.
Manure treatment systems. I mean, yeah, if it fits into that description, and if you, so what I understand is that you have a system which is somehow capable of estimating the ingredients of manure, and if you can provide such a system, it would fit into the topic. So if you are saying you are developing just a sensor, what needs to be also there is some kind of a mechanism to access the data and to make the data available through a service, which then enables the usage of the data by other systems. But if this is the case, then it's of course a very valid contribution.
Thank you. Elisa, please feel free to send to us more details. Yeah, we'll also answer to you more precisely. Martin asks to add slides to handout. Martin, we won't do this now, but because they need to be updated a little bit, and
yes.
I will send them in a follow-up email. So then the next question is, do you have any requirements already determined for data format standards, especially regarding satellite and vector data? Do we have requirements determined for data format standards, especially regarding satellite?
This question is for Nikos, right, the expert here.
Yeah. There are specific standards, of course, for developing, for sharing the data, because as one can certainly understand, the Atlas platform and all the services in it need to know what they are looking for. They need to know, to be able to understand the data shared by each and every service in the application. So the answer, the very brief and simple answer to this question is that yes, there are data formats and they must be adhered to.
And we are following, just to add something, the FAIR data, which must be findable, identifiable. I can't remember the exact identification from the European Commission, but we are following this pattern, and based on this, anyone could connect their services with the Atlas ecosystem and share the data with the rest of the parts of the ecosystem.
I can also add something here. Of course, the usage of standard data formats which exist in multiple forms. That's we encourage you to do it. But all the Atlas data service will have the capability for self-description and also to describe the data formats they use. So if you really want to implement your own data format, you will have to give a specification of this. But you have to consider to use the more common standard formats, because this will increase the likelihood of your service of being used by other participants. So if you use standard formats which are there, you are usually on a good path, and it's not the intention of Atlas to define completely new data formats and new standards. They are already there for a lot of situations and for a lot of data types. It would be best if you just use the common things which are there.
Okay, thank you very much. So again, to all the participants who are sending questions right now, if you're not satisfied with our answers here, please get back to us. So the next question from Alexandros. Thank you for the chance to participate in the webinar. Regarding topic 6, would a digital environment promoting and informing small-scale farmers about the benefits of small farming and precision farming count as a solution rather than a specific technological solution? Yeah, I don't know if you get the question, sir. I personally didn't. Would a digital environment promoting and informing farmers about the benefits of smart farming and precision farming count as a solution?
I mean, it depends on what is really proposed. It's a little bit hard to answer it in now. I mean, in general, it sounds like it would fit, but yeah, we would need some more information to really being able to answer this question. So I mean, if we could get some sentences written about it, we can discuss it internally.
Yes, please, Alexandros, do this. And I would add in general to everyone who is not sure that their solution is fitting, just send to us a brief description, brief explanation. Other than that, just if you feel that your solution suits, just send your proposals. And that's the best way, I think. Right, the next question from Konstantinos. On question 15, you ask about description of activities. How detailed is the description you require, given the fact that we will provide a spreadsheet for them? Okay, it's a question about the so-called administrative question. It's
the reporting.
Yeah, reporting. I will get back to you, Konstantinos, and answer this question. And yeah, we will put this information in FAQ section as well. Just, I would like to use our time for technical questions. Yeah, that's the next part from Louis. Can this data format standards be shared? Stelios? So we have this data format standards, right?
I think that I try to answer, and then I pass to the colleagues. So what we will define and what we are currently working on are specific or are templates for specific kinds of services we have in Atlas. For example, for irrigation-oriented services or for satellite data processing services. And for these service templates, we will also specify a list of data formats which are suitable for this. So my answer would be yes, we will specify this, and you will find the information then in that specification.
So if you allow me to add something on this, at this stage, of course, we are examining all the available data sets and data formats, and based on this, we are working on develop a specific protocol for data collection, data exchanging, and data integration, and also the same standards will follow on the services that will integrate into the Atlas ecosystem. So this is what we are working for, and this is actually the heart of the project, because at the end, we need to deliver a final protocol to be available for all the available parts of the ecosystem to communicate each other, at least in the European Union.
Okay, thank you very much, Stelios. And I think that will be the last question for today, because we are already running out of time, as usual. So that's yeah. So, dear all, it's from Alexandros again. Dear all, could you elaborate on the awareness raising part of topic 6?
Awareness raising.
Awareness raising, that must be somewhere under scope or
yes, I'm looking for it. Yeah, I mean, what the idea behind that topic was that, or is the fact that we have a lot of farmers which are still not aware of the possibilities of digital technology and what that technology can offer to their operations. So all the things we are also covering in our research part of the project with hyperspectral imaging, with LiDAR scanners, all these kind of things, they are usually adopted by large operations, by really large ones, but not by the part-time farmers you have, or the really small ones you find also more in southern Europe, which only have 10 hectares, 15 hectares. But we believe that there is also a possibility for them to adopt digital technology, and they need to be aware of this. What precision farming can bring, what advantages precision farming solutions and digital solution can bring to them, and which helps them also to estimate the economical impact of acquiring technology, and if it makes sense for them or not. So they need a better, they need to be able to make informed decisions on adopting this new technology or not. But this is what we are talking about when we mention to raise awareness about this. So people need to know the possibilities, the advantages, and if it's economically feasible or not to adopt this. Always with the really small farmers in focus.
Okay, thank you very much, Stefan. So I would say that that was it for today regarding the questions. Thank you very much to all the participants for your activeness. We really appreciate your questions and very interesting ones. And we will get back to all of you individually, whose questions we didn't answer. And so I just would like to remind you that our deadline for submitting proposal is 15th of September. That's not that much time left, so the time is flying, so don't leave the submitting of your proposal to the very end. And that was the last webinar of our series. If you missed something, you can always get back to recording. Recordings available on our webpage, and we are available for your questions anytime via email. So thank you very much. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Stelios, Gregory, Nikos, and yeah, we are in touch.
Thank you very much, Tamara. Let's wish best of luck to all applicants and to have a very nice application for each one of them and work excellent and see fruitful ideas going forward within this Atlas Open Call.
Exactly, yes.
These nice words, I cannot add more to this. So for your interest in participating, and we are looking forward for your proposals.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Ciao, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.